What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Festus Fantasy Football Forum on the Fantasy Jacks podcast. I'm your host, the amazing manager of a 3-5 fantasy team, and I'm excited to bring you guys matchup reviews, previews, power rankings, and all of our weekly segments like we do on the show. This is week 9. Holy crap, I almost forgot what week it is. This is flying by. Week 9, a great week 8. But we're on to week 9, so let's get right into the video, starting off with matchup reviews. Here we go. Alright, gentlemen, here we go. Let's get right into the matchup reviews. Sorry, my lighting's bad right now. Of course it is. The one time it had a great last week, now it's going to be all bright and not to my liking. Let's start off here with one of the more boring games. 12-man blitz, he took down Team Beatty, 112.42 to 72.22. It's a very mid-game from Collins' team. This is kind of unlike him considering the amount of points he's consistently been putting up. But Josh Allen, he got it done this week. Ja'Marr Chase continues to be an absolute machine, and he rocked with 22 personnel with a total of 4 catches between the two and 3 touchdowns. I don't know how a team's ever supposed to lose when that happens. I mean, you literally 4 catches for 3 touchdowns by 2 players. That's ridiculous, and it's honestly very disgusting to even look at that. But good for you, Colin. For Team Didi, the poor get poorer, as they say. No more Cam Skattebo, who is an absolute dog. But the new trade pieces, Emeka Egbuka, ass. T. Higgins, literally 1 catch, however, for a touchdown, but not really good. And then everyone else was on a bye this week or injured. Story of the season for Team Didi, it's now at this point a lost cause. Just try not to get last place. Let's go to the Evil Empire. He took down the Washington Redskins narrowly because of a Monday night miracle by Rashee Rice, 123.66 to 113.48. And a very mid performance here out of the Evil Empire, but still was able to get it done with CeeDee Lamb, Rashee Rice. Harold Fannin had a great day for National Titans Day. Jalen Hurts, 4 passing touchdowns. This guy's an animal. Thank God I don't have A.J. Brown anymore because that was annoying. Speaking of A.J. Brown, Judson traded for him this week and was unable to play him. So he had no A.J. Brown, no Garrett Wilson, no Genty, no Adams. This was in large part a punted week anyways, but he still put up a great fight. A great play by R.J. Harvey, a great play with Daniel Jones. Everyone else did pretty good except Darnell Mooney here. He did absolutely terrible. I don't think it would have mattered anyways, obviously, but still, disappointing loss for sure considering the hope that you had, and now you go to 3-5. I'm recording this on Monday, so the records haven't fully updated yet. Let's go to, I just want to brag on the boys, man. The Guardians of Your Mom's House took down Brockzilla, 162.46 to 135.78. Brock Lambert, highest scoring team of the week, I believe, yep, besides the Guardians. That is what you call a fucking turnaround. 2-game win streak now, sitting at 3-5. Ignore that 2 right now. Caleb Williams and Alvin Kamara, they definitely let me down, which was really disappointing. But newly acquired, by the way, Breece Hall, 33 points damn near. Newly acquired Rome Odunze, 18.4. Or newly acquired Tucker Kraft, 33.3 points. And newly acquired Roy McMillan, 17 total points. I just want to do some math for you guys. That's 100. Can you see that right there? That's 101.46 points. And what did I trade away to get that? I traded away a guy that put up 5.9. I traded away a guy that put up 0. And I traded a guy that put up fucking 0. I traded 5.9 points this week for 101. That's gotta be a play of the week, right? Like, that legit is a play of the week. That has to be. Dude's played. Dude's balled out. Drake London didn't even fucking play. I don't know. We might be cooking. We might be fucking cooking. We might be back. Tough matchup next week, but we might be back. As for Brock, huge heartbreaker here. Nothing you could have done, which I think luckily for you, no you fucked up awards here. Maybe some moves are on the way for Brockzilla. That's just what Adam Schefter is reporting. So this will obviously come out on Thursday, but I'm sure it's already happened. Pretty excited. Here was a super close game that I thought I fucking was gonna have to eat my words on based off last week's matchup previews. But Can't Chubb Check, he was able to, in the most midway possible, take down Name Still Loading, 99.48 to 81.26. Can't Chubb Check's, I think, worst game of the season. 4 points from Baker, 10 points from McCaffrey, under 6 for Bijan. I didn't know that was possible. But by God, Jonathan Taylor, 37.4 points. By far and away the running back one right now. The most untouchable guy in fantasy, I would assume. Name still loading, kind of lost this game on Thursday night with Carson Wentz being picked up to play. Did not do well. Jordan Mason, 3 yards total. And he only had 4 carries. He is at this point unplayable. Unfortunately for him, has now lost a starter because of that. We all knew it was kind of coming though. Luckily for him, Chase Brown played fantastic, so it's encouraging to see that for him. But moving forward, I don't know where name still loading is personally, but Can't Chubb check. I think he bled a little bit this week, but we were unable, as a league, to take advantage of that. And he's going to go to 7-1, still the most dominant team in the league, and expect a huge bounce back. Let's go to the final 3 o'clock game here, and that was Bucky's Backpack taking down Jacking Goff, 104.08 to 95.52. Great plays here by Tajay Spears. I'm going to give that a play of the week. Fuck it, go for it, you get it. Great play there. On the bench, I think the big story here was Tyrone Tracy is now going to be back into the starting lineup, so Jay Gill gets a player back, and also Bucky Irving coming back in hopefully 2 weeks, so this team is going to be getting healthier. Wide receivers looking a little mid right now. However, JK, Tyrone, Bucky, Montgomery, he's going to be running the 4 running back system. I think it's going to be alright with 6 wins now. It's looking really good for Jay Gill. It's looking really, really good for Jay Gill. As for Tony, maybe something has to be done here. He got hit the hardest here with the Bipocalypse. No JSN, no Amon-Ra, no ETN, no Goff. So I get it that you were maybe going to expect to lose this one, but just bad plays all around, bad management. There's no points from Hollywood Brown, I think off of waivers there. Hawkinson's atrocious. Unfortunately, Chuba is borderline unplayable at this point. Joe Flacco was a great play off the waiver wire, but yeah, a bad performance for Tony, and I, again, maybe expect something to be done here because he has assets, and right now I think he even said to himself, things need to be done for this team. Let's go down to the primetime game of the week, and it was the Dogs. He took down Dom's Girth 131.26 to 92.06, and last week, guys, I kind of fucked up. I was supposed to go through the screenshots of the game, kind of like how we did a couple weeks ago, and I completely forgot. So what we're going to do now is not fuck up again, and we're going to go do it right now. So here we go. On the screen, we're going to go to 12:56 on Sunday. Neither of these guys had anyone playing on Thursday, so we're going to start here on Sunday. And the Dogs took a very early 32-point lead, basically, with Saquon Barkley going absolutely ballistic, finally. The newly acquired Saquon Barkley against Judkins and Shakir. Not really close at all for Dom's Girth. Go now to 157, and it's kind of slowing down for the Dogs, him with Barkley and Pitts. However, Judkins and Shakir get going. Shakir really is the main story here, putting up 19.7 at this point. Go to 311 now, and Dom's Girth completely falls off, doing nothing considering where he is with his players. Judkins got hurt this game, which is unfortunate. He already needed running backs. He was already weak at that position, and now losing his best guy, it's going to be a big blow for him. Go now to 353, so about 40 minutes later, the Dogs, still about a 50-50% chance to win either side here. It's really still anyone's game. Michael Pittman, Marvin Mims, Tez Johnson, and then the Broncos all kind of kicking off here, especially with Tony Pollard. Go to 4:13 now, so just a few minutes later, and the Dogs really get going with Michael Pittman. Go to 5:14 now. Again, Dom's Girth not really doing anything at all. Evan Ingram trying to help him out, but Michael Pittman and now Tez Johnson starting to cook. It's just too much for Dom's Girth to handle. We're just going to skip ahead now to 3 hours later at 8:11. It's now 85-51, 77% chance to win for the Dogs. Michael Pittman had a great day for him. Marvin Mims, pretty bad play there by Ty, but we have DK Metcalf starting off here for Dom's Girth. Maybe he can get a little bit of ground gained on the Dogs. Go to 8:40 now. Damn near Aaron Rodgers tossing a tud to DK Metcalf, actually. So it's a 30-point game. And then at the end of Sunday Night Football, Rodgers, kind of a mid-performance. DK as well, mid. About a 30-point game going into Monday night. And then now we can just show up to the score now. Again, 131.26 to 92.06. I'm going to say this right now. The Dogs looked great. This was a great performance from them, even without Lamar Jackson newly acquired. But for Dom's girth, I think he now knows that this team is not good enough. I get it. You had some bye weeks with Laporta and Cooper Kupp. Mike Evans is gone for the year. You don't have that depth anymore. You gotta somehow make a move if you even want to at this point. You might just give up because it looks bleak. Judkins is going to be out. No one's going to take on Tony Pollard or Krusky Merritt at this point, considering how bad he is. Sutton and DK and Mahomes are your only good options, and no one really pays for quarterbacks, and I don't see anyone giving up 2-for-1s for these two unless they're Tony Pollard level players. Really bad spot, just going to be 100% honest with you. The Dogs, though, maybe not. Maybe they're in a pretty good spot. Thinking 2 straight wins for the Dogs as well, so big week for the 2-5 guys. Huge week for the 2-5s. I think there's going to be a lot of things done this week, and I'm super excited. I'm super excited for Dom to review them, which I think we're going to do right now. Actually, let's segue into Dom's trade reviews. He has a lot to get through this week. I think I know there's at least 3, maybe 4 or 5. So without further ado, let's get into Dom's trade reviews. Here we go.
Okay, it's the second attempt at this video. I fucked it up the first time. Didn't want to do this video. Last week sucked. Lost to Tyler. Tyler's dog shit. Sucks losing his own. Who's dog shit. It's kind of like a knife in the gut. Because right when you think something might work out for your team, it never does. You're just not as lucky as the other people in this league. You never draft good. No one wants to trade with you. And your team sucks. It's just a triple threat combo that you don't really want to be a part of in fantasy football. But nevertheless, my segment is trade reviews, and there were some trades. And unlike other fucking cowardice people in this league, when their teams are going 1-4, they drop their segments, or 1-3, or 0-3, or whatever it was when Collins' bitch ass stopped doing his segment. I'm not like that. I'm a dog, and I'm gonna prevail. And I got a fucking hot tub. And when you got a fucking hot tub, you make a video in the hot tub saying, fuck you, to the other 11 people in this league. You don't got a hot tub. You didn't spend 4 hours cleaning your fucking hot tub. I did. 4 hours cleaning this motherfucker last weekend. Chemical balance perfect. pH perfect. Bubbles perfect. Heat perfect. Lights perfect. Size perfect. You guys don't got no fucking hot tub. It ain't 9:34 at your house in a hot tub. It's my house. 9:34 in a hot tub. So fuck fantasy football. Y'all don't got no fucking hot tub. Alright, let's get into reviews. I didn't prep for this, so this is all free balling. I had Jackson screenshot the trades and screenshot the team so I could look at it all at once and kind of just give my opinion. So it's gonna be a long video because I'm gonna have to think while I do this. Okay, so the first trade of the week. I don't know which trade was first. Oh yeah, AJ Brown for Tetairoa McMillan and Tucker Kraft. Doesn't look like a good trade. If I did this trade on Friday or Saturday, if I did that review on Friday or Saturday, whenever that trade happened, I would have said, Jackson, that sucks. You have Travis Kelce. What do you need Tucker Kraft for? What do you need Tetairoa McMillan for? But like what's been happening, every time Jackson makes a trade is the people he trades for end up playing good. So he goes double tight end, and both the tight ends do good. I don't know what Tetairoa McMillan did. I guess I can check it. I don't even know if he played him. Okay, I didn't see. Okay, I don't have the weekly stuff, but I see he's on his schedule now. So he's playing both the guys. So is what it is. All right, trade. He lucks out every week. So Jackson wins this trade, kind of. AJ Brown, I think, was hurt or on bye or something. They hurt last week, on bye this week. So he needed to make the trade. Either way, worked out. He gets lucky. Just what he does. The next trade that happened was from scumbag Tyler Dipshit. and he traded T. Higgins, Kenneth Walker, and Emeka Egbuka for Lamar Jackson, Saquon Barkley, and Jacoby Myers. It's a terrible trade. It's a good trade, but a bad trade. So he's getting rid of, I'd say, players with more not more upside. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. But Lamar Jackson's injured, and Saquon Barkley's been playing like shit. Fuck, it's raining out here. My phones are getting rained on. I need my towel. Fuck. Oh my god. Fuck, everything's going wrong. Fuck, this phone can't get wet. It's already broken. And my hot tub's falling apart. Fuck me. Slippery bitch, dude. I cleaned it too much. I'm gonna bring the towel to the hot tub. Set that right there. There we go. Yep, there goes the filter guard. Gonna stub my fucking toe on it. Nope, my shin. Okay, we're back. It's not, you know, it's a good trade. Tyler's part. He wanted to win against me, so he picks up Saquon Barkley and Lamar Jackson, who was expected to play. Lamar Jackson doesn't end up playing, but of course Saquon Barkley scores 85 points. It's lucky. It's just the name of the game is if you're lucky, you win. If you're not lucky, you lose. I'm never lucky, so I'm losing. I'm never fucking lucky. I make a trade, a couple good things happen, the rest of it's bad. It just is what it is. Judkins gets hurt. He's playing bad before he gets hurt, so it's not even an excuse. Is what it is. I don't give a fuck. It was a good trade by Tyler to win 1 week, and you know, maybe he wins more with Lamar coming back, but he loses Egbuka. T. Higgins doesn't really matter, and Kenneth Walker doesn't really matter. So I'd say good trade by Tyler. Got a win out of it. Still don't think he makes the playoffs or anything. So what's going on in my hot tub, dude? Still don't think he makes the playoffs, so it doesn't really matter. He trades with Austin Dungeon. He's definitely not making the playoffs. So a trade that doesn't really have any significance, only other than to destroy my hopes of making the playoffs. So good. Congrats, Tyler. Congrats. Fucking idiot. Next trade was Breece Hall and Romeo Odunze for Nico Collins and Ramondre Stevenson. I don't know what Chris was thinking when he made this trade. I guess I don't know if Odunze had a couple bad weeks before, or what, or he was just feeling confident with this team and wants to help out Jackson because fucking Chris is a dick sucker. But nevertheless, I think it's a bad trade for Chris. I think Breece Hall is a good running back, even with a couple bad weeks, and same with Odunze, good wide receiver. You're just running back one, wide receiver one, and Nico Collins has been underperforming and hurt. And Ramondre Stevenson scored 14 points when he had 2 touchdowns. So I'm just going to keep saying that every week, every time he gets traded from one team to another. So I don't think it hurts Chris. Chris's team looks really good. I think it helps Jackson. Jackson's team looks a little bit better. So good trade by Jackson. Weird trade by Chris. But like I said, everyone's trying to suck some sort of dick in this league. So it is what it is. Vape break. Thought it died. It's just cold. Yeah, it's cold out here, but I don't even feel it. I'm fucking sweating. You know why I'm sweating? Hot tub's 104 degrees, motherfucker. Okay. Now for the last trade, we have Brockzilla and Tony trading Amon-Ra St. Brown and Orenday Gadsden II and James Cook III. I think it's a kind of even trade when you got a good wide receiver core like Tony did with Amon-Ra and JSN. I think you can do those trades for depth and balance or value. I don't know. James Cook's one of the best running backs in the league right now. As far as when the Bills play good, he scores a lot of points. When the Bills don't do so good, like the couple weeks before this last week, he doesn't score a lot of points, but he still can score points. So, but when they're beating teams by a lot, he's scoring 30 points. So I think it's good to have James Cook, and then Gadsden. I mean, he's had a couple good weeks, but maybe. I mean, Chargers throw the ball 800 times a game, so, and they don't got they're not getting old Buck back, and I don't think Vidal's playing good, but I don't think they're relying on him as much as they're relying on Jay Herbo's arm. So I think he's going to continue to get reps. I think that's a good trade. I think it's good for Brock to obtain Amon-Ra St. Brown, and I think it's good for Antonio to get James Cook the third and Ornday Gadsden the second. So all around good trade. Not much shit to talk. We can go back and talk about Tyler trading for Lamar Jackson and Saquon Barkley for the sole purpose to only beat me when he doesn't have a chance at the playoffs because he fucking sucks, and trading with someone who also doesn't have a chance at the playoffs. And maybe you could make the point that I didn't have a chance at the playoffs, but I think at the end of the day I had a better chance than them, so him trading for that, and the trade shouldn't have even worked out. Saquon shouldn't have scored 85 points, shouldn't have scored 85 points. Yeah, I mean, his team looks better. I think his team looks better. If what's his nuts from the Colts keeps scoring points and he keeps getting lucky and having other people score points. He's got Terry that came back and had a couple receptions and a touchdown, so it just all helped him beat me. That's all. It's really all he's got this entire season. It's just it's all led up to week 2 and 5, 3 and 5. Yeah, week 8 beating me was all he wanted to do. That's all he wanted to achieve this season. He wasn't even looking for a championship or anything of that nature. It was purely just to beat me. So, good job, Tyler. Kudos to you. You did it, brother. You fucking did it. So congratulations. That is the trade review. I might not make the playoffs this year. I might not do much more winning this year. No one wants to trade with me, but I'm gonna be in my hot tub every day now that the weather's cold. Vibing, vaping, watching YouTube shorts. Been getting a lot of Minecraft videos in my YouTube shorts, so that's fucking weird. But I'm watching them, so is what it is, buddy. Is what it is. See ya.
Alright, gentlemen, let's get into the Week 9 matchup previews here. We got a great slate for us. A lot of lopsided projection totals right now. Again, recording this on a Tuesday, so this is subject to change. But for the picks so far this year, I went 3-3 last week, bringing my total to 25-23. And we're going to get, right back into it here. Ty's locks, he got it last week, so he's 5-4 now. And we're chugging right along here. Let's go to the first game. Speaking of Ty, 12-man blitz taking on the Dogs. Early projection totals 127-103. Ty does get Lamar Jackson back, but it's going to be a really tough game without Saquon, potentially without Terry McLaurin again. He looked to be banged up again in that Monday night game. For Colin here, same old, right? You're going to lean on Josh Allen and Jamar Chase. You're going to hope that Kyren Williams or Jaylen Warren gets into the end zone for you, and you're kind of just going to call it a day. You don't really need much. You have PPR value everywhere. If you're Ty, you're kind of looking for Travion and Kareem Hunt to catch lightning in a bottle, which you kind of already did with Kareem Hunt, so say that happens twice is a stretch. However, there is an Isaiah Pacheco injury, so it is possible. I'm going to give this one to Colin, mainly due to the fact that, if Saquon Barkley was not on bye, maybe this is a different story, but I just don't trust the Dogs to pull this one out, given a fully healthy, no one on bye, 12-man blitz team, considering we all know the Dogs this season. But it's still going to be a pretty decent fight, I think. It's going to be fun to watch. Let's go to the Evil Empire. He's going to take on Dom's Girth this week. Early projection total 137-107. This is a huge disparity here, and I think it's pretty warranted. Dom's Girth looking like one of the worst teams in the league right now. Sorry, Dom. Not trying to be rude by any means. I'm just being 100% honest with you. And the Evil Empire's looking great. CeeDee Lamb, Trey McBride, Rashee Rice, everyone pretty much ready to go except Jalen Hurts on bye, so he's going to leak some points from the quarterback position. However, weak Dallas defense, and he's going to stack that with Trey McBride. I think it's going to be a pretty decent move for him. I think for this one, it's going to be really if Dom's wide receivers can outpace Chris's wide receivers, right? I mean, Rashee Rice and CeeDee Lamb both in amazing matchups, but DK Metcalf and Cortland Sutton, they have great matchups too. So On paper, obviously, CeeDee Lamb and Rashee Rice, those are the top guys. They're going to perform well, but maybe there's an off week. Maybe there's some schematical error on part of the Chiefs and Cowboys this week. I don't know. The one bright side for Dom is that he gets Mahomes to negate some of the Rashee Rice points those are inevitable, right? So that kind of helps him out, but besides that, no Judkins this week. He has 3 empty bench spots for whatever reason, and it just doesn't look likely. So I'm obviously going to take Chris for this week. Let's go to Name Still Loading, taking on the Washington Redskins here. Now, Name Still Loading's projection total is super low because he doesn't have Puka or potentially Jayden Daniels in that lineup right now. So expect this to be about 120 to 115-ish, right? And I think it's going to be a really, really close game. I wanted to put this one in the primetime slot. I really did. However, I just had to put a different one in there just for the hell of it. I think this game can be really competitive. I'm not saying it's going to be high scoring by any means, but it's going to be a lot of narratives. The first one is Davante Adams versus Puka Nacua. We know how good Puka has been, but Davante Adams has been just as good this year. I mean, he's been probably the best wide receiver 2 in all of fantasy football this year, and I'm talking about George Pickens too. So that's really good for him. He has great running back matchups in Genty and Javonte this week. Zay Flowers also huge, great matchup. The problem this week is going to be the flexes. Darnell Mooney and RJ Harvey is very disgusting. So I'm sure he's going to attack the waiver wire. Doesn't have Garrett Wilson, doesn't have A.J. Brown. And unfortunately, I think that's going to be the turning point now. Even though Jordan Mason is not a starter anymore, and Pacheco is potentially injured, I mean, I think you can slide in Keon Coleman. I think you can do a lot of different things. Here's one interesting factor that I think Justin needs to think about is he has to make a decision, right? Is he going to play Daniel Jones here against Pittsburgh and go for the more points, obviously, or does he play Dak Prescott to maybe negate any Jake Ferguson points? Especially if Justin has a lead going into Monday night, I think the Dak Prescott play will be crucial if he can do that, because if Jake Ferguson catches a touchdown, it's only 2 points damn near, right? Because he gets 6, Dak gets 4, so it's only a 2-point advantage. I guess 3 for Jake Ferguson's catch, but regardless, it's still negating some points. Now, we've seen this work sometimes in the past, and then we've seen it not work, right? Whenever I played against DeAndre Swift, Caleb Williams threw a touchdown to him, and then I lost the game. You have to look at it in those two different lights. Are you going to go for the superstar breakout points in Daniel Jones against Pittsburgh? Very good for, opposing quarterbacks. Or do you go to play a little bit of defense here, thinking that you have enough scoring already in your lineup, and you're going to play Dak Prescott? I think he's going to play Daniel Jones. I think either way, it's a risk. But I'm going to go with Name Still Loading to actually win this week. And this really sucks for me personally because he's still leading the division. But I think AJ is going to be able to win this week because of Puka Nacua coming back. And, the injury to Isaiah Pacheco and Jordan Mason's not bad. Compared to what the flexes are for Judson, I think it's going to kind of cancel out. But hopefully I'm wrong. Let's go to Bucky's Backpack, taking on Brockzilla. Early projection totals 132 to 106. Jay Gill this week getting Tyrone Tracy back into a starting position already first week. 14.42 points projected. So that's great to see if you're Jay Gill on top of J.K. Dobbins, on top of David Montgomery. Here's one interesting thing that he's not doing as of now. This is Tuesday again. He's not going to start Tyjae Spears instead Malik Washington. I don't know if I agree with that, considering the Chargers' run defense is worse than an 8th grade run defense, right? It's awful. Tyjae Spears also gets a lot of PPR value. So again, not trying to do anything here or say anything that I'm not, but I think it'd maybe be more beneficial for him to give him more upside to play Tyjae Spears over Malik Washington. I think either way, you're kind of fucked because Brockzilla's team newly acquired Amon-Ra St. Brown. We saw that happen this morning. It looks really, really good for Brock right now. I will say the running back room is super thin if anything were to happen. Not even a handcuff here on the team, which I think he should probably go attack. And I imagine he will once waivers hit tomorrow. So if we see this on Thursday, maybe he did that. Drake May against Atlanta, probably going to be not the best. But Bo Nix against... he's going to have to play this game all year, and it's going to be sucky for him. It's going to suck ass to have to pick between Bo Nix and Drake May. Both great top 5 quarterbacks. But it's a tough game to play. I'm still going to take Brock to win this week. Bucky's Backpack has a chance for sure. If Downs and Pickens can go off, and then Tyrone and JK can somewhat match the production of Josh Jacobs and Derrick Henry, who I think are both going to have insane games considering their matchups against Carolina and Miami, 2 of the worst run defenses in the league. I think it's going to be Brockzilla unless something crazy happens like injury or Tyrone and JK, they go off. For the final 3 o'clock game here, we got Team Didi taking on Jack and Goff, 127 to 104. Team Didi looks like the worst team in the league right now, in my opinion. Injuries all over the place. Emeka Egbuka on bye now. I don't think he realized that whenever he traded for him. And then Jack and Goff newly acquired James Cook and Aronde Gadsden. I don't know how your opinions are on the trade. I think what really went down was you traded a top 5 wide receiver for a top 5 running back. For some reason, I think Tony thought he had to do that because he was leaking so many running back points. In my opinion, the team doesn't look any different, right? I mean, you're just reallocating the points from the wide receiver position where Amon-Ra should be, and you're putting it right here in the running back 2 position. So, and then you upgrade tight end, of course, but it's not going to be, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a crazy change for Jack and Goff. I think we're going to see similar point production. It's still going to be enough this week. Don't get me wrong. Jack and Goff is still going to win this week. I have him going over Team Didi this week. Team Didi, look, no Cam Scatterboo, no Lamar, no Saquon Barkley. Potentially Ricky Pearsall comes back, but at this point, I mean, is it even a big deal? But Brock Bowers too maybe comes back, but he has Geno Smith to deal with, so that sucks. It's a bad. Gainwell doesn't even work in the offense anymore. Look, he's projected 10 points. I don't know how he even gets that, considering like last week he got 3.5, he got 5 carries. No PPR value right now. It's going to be tough sledding for Team Didi, and he doesn't really have any assets to trade that anyone is going to really want to take on, considering Emeka Egbuka's injury, and Buccaneers just don't really look good right now. But maybe after the bye, but at this point, Team Didi is just fighting to not get last. So we're going to go now to, guys, the primetime game of Week 9, and maybe a controversial one, but I wanted to put, like I said, I think names still loading in Washington Redskins. This one could be like the Monday night game, and this one's a Sunday night game. Guardians, 116 point projection total to Kent Chubchek's 135.7. Kent Chubchek, he bled a little bit last week with the bad performance against AJ. Do I expect that to happen again? Absolutely not. The Guardians, on the other hand, they outperformed their projection total, scoring the highest points they have all season, and I mean, they absolutely went the fuck off. We saw it in the matchup reviews. Can they do that again? No, it's not going to happen again. It's going to try and balance out. I think this game is going to come down to who can score 130 points. And in my opinion, the more likelihood of that is Kent Chubchek. However, the wide receivers versus the running backs of Mez, this is like going to be what we saw against Chris and Mez a couple weeks ago. That was a great game to watch. I think it's going to be the same thing this week, right? Tedoroy McMillan against Green Bay is not the best matchup, but neither is Bijan against New England and Jonathan Taylor against Pittsburgh. I mean, Pittsburgh's been kind of shutting down running backs more or less. Jonathan Taylor, a different beast. I 100% understand that. If Jonathan Taylor can go under projected, I think the Guardians have a shot this week. Okay, running backs look disgusting. 100% agree with you. Alvin Kamara, Bam Knight, who actually is going to be pretty good considering they just released Michael Carter, by the way. I mean, let's not sleep on that. He's going to be decent against a weak Dallas defense. But again, running backs versus wide receivers. Quarterback's going to be kind of the same, both in plus matchups, both kind of in weird spots right now. Jordan Love just played fantastic. Caleb Williams been on a slump. I think the Caleb and Rome Odunze stack gets going this week against Cincinnati. That's so huge for me, guys. That's so fucking huge. I think the wide receivers, if they, I mean, look, Keenan, another storyline here, Ladd McConkey versus Keenan Allen. Whoever scores more of these wide receivers, it's a potential that they end up winning the week for their team, because there's a very real possibility that both these teams score 130 points. But that over-the-hump aspect is going to come from Ladd McConkey or Keenan Allen. I don't expect a lead going into Monday night. It's going to take a Monday night miracle again. I hate Monday nights. It's so annoying. I hate it every fucking week. I feel like I have to deal with this shit. So with that out of the way, guys, let me go through my picks again. I got 12-man blitz winning. I got the Evil Empire winning. I got the name still loading team winning. But again, this is going to be a really close game, and I don't know Ty's locks yet, but I imagine it's going to be one of these two. It's going to be something in this game, because this game is going to be fun to watch. I really believe that. I got Brockzilla winning, and then for the final 3 o'clock game, I got Jack and Goff winning. And for the prime time of Week 9, I have Kent Chubchek. I think it's going to be a great game as well. So those are my picks. Like I said, guys, I am 25-23. Ty's locks 5-4. And without further ado, let's actually get into Ty's locks for Week 9. Take a look. Terrible weeks for McCaffrey and Bijan. You cannot expect that to happen again. So I'm going to take Kent Chubchek to win this week. kind of expected it, right? I mean, whenever you see Mez on your schedule, especially late season, last 2 years, you kind of just pencil that in as a loss. Now, last year, these two teams, it was kind of competitive for a little bit until Mez really pulled away there at the end. So maybe this year, a struggling 3-5 team on a 2-game win streak, however, maybe something can get going. Mez, I think, already going for the win streak record, now currently at 7. So to keep that going, he has a pretty cupcake schedule to end the season, so needs to win this one to keep it going.
Hello, League. Eating some Gushers. Hit last week. Jackson asked me to make those early because he's in such a rush. Get this video out. I don't know. So, for this week, I'm gonna go ahead and take I'm forgetting what I just said. Oh, Mez cover 20 point spread against Jackson because he asked me to do this. Gotta keep the win train going. Even on the year. Steelers suck. Those Steelers, though, Tom. And yeah, that's all I got. Good luck this week.
All right. I wasn't gonna send in this video originally. I was gonna just put some of these words and thoughts into the fact of the week, but I decided against it, and then I texted Jackson. He was like, nah, send that shit in. So this is just going to be a rant about the Pittsburgh Steelers and Mike Tomlin and TJ Watt and the captains and the coaches and the whole organization right now, because as a fan, I'm pissed off. I think this is it. This is the final straw for me, and I'm done. I can't fucking do this shit anymore. So if you don't want to hear this, then just skip ahead or whatever. But this Sunday to me was it. It was pitiful. The secondary is old. They can't tackle. They can't cover young guys. They can't cover anyone because they're fucking slow. Darius Slay should never see the fucking football field again. He sucks cock. He's old and washed. Same with Jalen Ramsey. Old, washed. He makes a highlight play every game, maybe. But besides that, he blows coverage all the time. The secondary sucks. The defense is the highest paid defense in the fucking league, and yet we're 30th in like almost all the categories. We have the third to worst defense in football, yet they're the highest paid. TJ Watt, are you overpaid? You haven't done shit. You have not done shit. And the teams are beating the pass rush for the Steelers because it's, here's how you beat the pass rush. You get rid of the ball quick. The secondary sucks. No one's going to be fucking covering the receivers. So if you just throw it up, they're probably going to come down with it because the secondary sucks. The pass rush has done jack shit. And it's just so frustrating being a fan because after that offsides call where they didn't call the offsides penalty on Green Bay and they let the play run, and then we had to punt. That is the moment you saw the music died, as Billy Joel would say. The team had zero fight. The team had no life after that. TJ Watt, Cam Hayward, coaches, get on them. You're the captains, you're the coaches, it's your job to fix this shit, and yet Mike Tomlin promises change and always says, this is going to be addressed. Mike, you've been saying this for years now, and it's the same damn team we see every year. One side plays good sometimes, the other side sucks. And it's just so frustrating. I'm so tired of this shit. I can't take it anymore. The play where Jordan Love, just about to get sacked, just threw up a prayer, and somehow Tucker Kraft comes down with it because our safety, or I think it was fucking Brandon Eccles, I don't even remember, is like lollygagging, just not even looking at the ball, being a dumbass, and it's just so frustrating. Mike Tomlin, you need to be fired. I have spent years defending Mike Tomlin, and I'm not doing it anymore. I'm done. He needs to go. The coaching staff needs to be cleared out. This cannot happen anymore. The offense is prehistoric, dude. We cannot be running this old-ass offense in the modern NFL. It just doesn't work. And then we might go out Sunday and beat the Colts. That would be very Steeler-esque. But nothing will change. We might beat the 7-1 Colts. We're still going to end up going 10-7, 9-8, whatever the shit is. We're painfully mediocre. Tomlin needs to be held accountable for this because he says it every fucking week. This will be addressed. And yet it's the same damn shit. It's the same team. All the Steelers fans have watched it for years upon end now, and I just can't do it. I'm calling it. It's done. Mike Tomlin, you need to go.
One more thing I forgot to add. Even though the offense hasn't looked bad, this offense is not going to work for future years. Yeah, we're getting by this year, but I will defend Aaron Rodgers. You guys see it. We all see it. He's out there hooting and screaming at other teammates and being a competitive guy, and he has life. He has hope. He plays competitive because that's in his blood. But yet the defense, no one is doing that. It's just pitiful. Aaron Rodgers, this is not on you. I like what I've seen out of you. I love that you're yelling and getting pissed off because that's what we need. There needs to be a fire lit under this team's ass. All right, that's it. Go Steelers, Ty. God.
All right, so I'm actually recording this video in 2 different days. So this first session, I recorded the matchup reviews, and I'm going to record the power rankings. So this might be a little bit weird, considering all the moves I think that are about to get made, but I don't think the power rankings themselves will be different based on the moves unless some team just completely blows their shit up, which in that case, I will come in and make a, you'll know that I changed some shit. But let's just start off right now. I think for everything else, it's going to pretty much stay the same. Number 12, we have a new number 12, and I think this is very fair. I think everyone's going to see this one coming. It's Team Didi. The injuries are completely ruined this team season, and I do apologize for being maybe a little bit too critical about Austin. Now, I think 6 straight losses, but again, he did kind of deserve this because of the amount of shit talking he was doing, now completely silent in the chat, and that's amazing. I mean, I absolutely love that. Granted, it's not because of him being a bad manager per se, it's more so being super unlucky with these injuries, and also just not really having anyone great on the team right now. So that's why I'm going to put him at number 12. Number 11, guys, I'm going to put Dom's Girth at number 11. Another kind of same deal as Team Didi. A lot of injuries for this team, now facing one with Judkins, and no special players now. Judkins was the, I think, huge bright spot of this team, him and Mahomes, and now it's just Mahomes. DK Metcalf and Courtland Sutton, although I think pretty good and consistent, they're not weak winners, they're not league winners, so you can't really depend on them to get you to a playoff berth at this point. So again, same kind of deal with Team Didi, just unlucky for sure, but no special players at this point. At number 10, I got the Dogs, moving up 2 spots on a 2-game win streak. Very proud of him. He made a great trade for Saquon and Lamar Jackson, 2 guys that can go out and win a week for him themselves, all on top of having some pretty good depth guys like Michael Pittman. Tez Johnson has been fantastic. Travis Hunter, we saw the potential. The problem is still running back 2, right? You don't really want to depend on Travion Henderson or Kareem Hunt, but at this point you have to. I would assume that another move can be made, maybe packaging 2 wide receivers for 1 more running back, and then just hope and pray your flexes show up every week. At this point, though, it does look a lot brighter. And again, 2-game win streak. Saquon and Lamar was a great deal. Good job, Ty. Number 9. Name still loading. Okay, moving him down a little bit because the injuries to Jayden Daniels has been, that's been a tough obstacle for this team this season. But also, I mean, the main fact is we called it, right? Jordan Mason was going to be losing his starting job in the coming weeks, and he has. We saw this past week, he only had 1.6 points, and I think only 3 carries total. He is, at this point, borderline unplayable, even at a flex position. On top of that, Isaiah Pacheco, I have him in other leagues, and I'm very disappointed too, but he's borderline unplayable. I mean, you can't, at this point, I mean, he's not used in the offense, and even when he is, he's not efficient at all. So you're going to have to rely on Jerry Jeudy and Keon Coleman every week. That's a tough life to live. On top of Quentin Johnston, who knows what he's doing at this point, and Kamani Vidal, he eventually will lose his job, so just like Jordan Mason, you're going to lose another position in the future anyways. So the future for this team is bleak, and now you have two guys in the Guardians and the Dogs coming up behind you in this divisional race. It's going to come down to the wire, I think, for the East Division and for names still loading. At number 8, guys, I have the Washington Redskins, and I'm putting them at number 8 for this week, especially because of the bye weeks and injuries that he's facing, okay? Made trades for Garrett Wilson and A.J. Brown, has not gotten anything out of him thus far, and I don't think he's going to again this week either. Jonte Williams trade with Zay Flowers, I mean, a fantastic move for you. You're going to be able to have those 4 with Genty, Devontae, Dak, and then eventually these guys will get healthy, hopefully. It's going to be a very, very well-rounded team. I got to keep you at 8 right now, though, because of, for 1, the 3-5 record. For 2, the lack of points scoring right now, it's just not there for this team, and I do project that you will lose again. I mean, look at the output. Even if you make these some changes, it's going to be tough with the flexes right now with Garrett Wilson and A.J. Brown out. So, again, not a bad team right now. I think it's actually a very good team, and it will have a good chance to make a wild card spot in the playoffs. But for right now, I think number 8 is I think number 8's fair considering. At number 7, guys, we got my team, the Guardians of Your Mom's House, 3-5. Very proud of that. Team looks fantastic right now. Quarterback 12, running back 23, running back 12 just traded for. Drake London still on the bench. Travis Kelce, Cumshop, Tucker Kraft, Adunze, McConkey, Ted. I mean, I love the wide receivers. You all know I'm a wide receiver guy, and I got tons of them now. 4 top 20 wide receivers, plus a great tight end rest of the season. Running backs, still an issue. Will not hide from that. That is going to be a concern. Maybe more moves getting made. I mean, this is the team right now, clubhouse leader for most trades this year. I think I've made 7, maybe 8. Looking to make more. Come hit my line. Let's get some deals done. But I think, considering the amount of points scored last week, great stuff by the Guardians this week. I mean, look at this, guys. Look at this fucking lineup here. Great positional rankings. I'm very proud of this team from where we've come from. Let's go to number 6, guys, and I got Bucky's backpack, Mr. J. Gill. Now, I won't lie, the reason that this team is number 6 over some other teams is because of the 6-2 record. Again, not shown here, but they are 6-2. They're moving back up from last week, which I think they were at 7 or 8 because of the injury to Cam Scatterboo, so he gets a starter back in Tyrone Tracy. It's just an ugly team. It's a gritty team, okay? It's getting the job done, whether anyone likes to admit it or not. Week in and week out, teams are gutting against Bucky's backpack, and he's taking advantage of that. You cannot be mad at that. I mean, that's what everyone needs to do in those situations, and it just happens to be falling J. Gill's way this year. Can he sneak into 2 more wins? I absolutely believe so, especially because he's only going to get healthier with Bucky Irving coming back, with David Montgomery coming off a bye, and again, Tyrone Tracy, now a starter again. At number 5, moving down actually, guys, I have Antonio Marmani's Jacking Golf team. And the reason I have this team at number 5, down from previous weeks, is because I just think that the top 4 teams have maybe jumped him a little bit, okay? Usage drop-off for Chuba Hubbard has been very concerning. TJ Hawkinson is an absolute liability. You cannot play him anymore. He is a detriment to your team. The saving grace and the reason that he is staying in the top 5, top 6 is because of Achane, JSN, and Amon-Ra. It's a dynamic, deadly trio that can absolutely win you a week on their own while also having decent players in Stephon Diggs and Travis Etienne. And even DJ Moore, that's kind of a stretch, but even DJ Moore. But there's no fact, whenever you look at this team compared to the top 4 teams, and I'm very confident in my top 4 teams now, there's just no, like, it's not as well-rounded enough, right? Jared Goff is going to have more bad weeks than he will good weeks. Woody Marks, you still don't really have full trust in. Chuba Hubbard, you have no trust in at this point, so that tells me that there's some flex issues right now. Maybe this team needs to get more well-rounded. Maybe this team needs, I don't know. I don't know what this team needs to do, but it's just, it's moving down rather than moving up. Its boom mix are still going to be great, but the 2 weeks back-to-back under 100 points, I think that says a lot. At number 4, moving on up, is 12-man blitz, now sitting at 4-4. 4 straight losses goes to 4 straight wins. And we kind of all saw it coming. I mean, this team was never scoring. That was never the problem. It was always just unluckiness. And now this team is performing well. They're not really going up against anyone good. I mean, look at the recent games that he's played. He had a 20-point victory over Tony. He had a 3-point victory over the Guardians, so putting up 140 points damn near, so that's a pretty good win. Blowout win over Bucky's Backpack. Blowout win over Team DD. So pretty much 3 out of the 4 wins have been just blowouts. That's because of the points, right? And then whenever they got close, he was still able to pull out, with a win. So, I mean, looking at week 9 here for 12-man blitz, I mean, another gettable game for him. And the team looks great. Josh Allen, still probably the best quarterback for fantasy. Jamar Chase, unstoppable with Joe Flacco, wide receiver 1. That's where you drafted him, and that's how he's producing for you. I think I saw a stat that he has 44 targets in 2 weeks, which is the most ever. Like, ever. Yeah, 23 and 19. So, 42 targets, sorry. That's insane. I don't think you, like, I'm telling you, like, that is not normal. That will never be done again, probably. And Jamar Chase is doing it right now with a 41-year-old quarterback. Great for you, Colin, on top of having Chris Olave being a super PPR stud, wide receiver 9 right now, and then having great depth with Swift. Deebo Samuel definitely has taken a step back, and now it's unfortunately to the point where I don't think you can trade him, especially in a 1v1 swap. You're going to have to package him with someone else to get an upgrade anywhere. But maybe this team doesn't make an upgrade anymore. Again, 4 straight wins. Scoring has not been the problem all season. Maybe ride this team out. It wouldn't be a bad idea by any means. Okay, Jalen Warren, Tyron Williams, DeAndre Swift, all great running backs, and then again, like we mentioned, Josh Allen, Jamar Chase, and Chris Olave. I think you ride that for sure. I mean, just keep going as long as you can. And if you want to make a move, make sure you win the deal. At number 3, I'm actually going to move this team down 1, and maybe a hot take for sure, but I'm going to move it down because of the recent trade that he made, getting rid of Breece Hall, getting rid of Rome Odunze, and really not getting anything back. I mean, Nico Collins, as of now, averaging 13 points. Getting back Ramondre Stevenson, averaging 10 points. I mean, that starting lineup does not look great at all as it once did. Even with Gibbs, Rice, and CeeDee Lamb and Trey McBride, who are all absolutely great studs, no doubt about it. However, still really thin at the running back position. So if by all, like, I'm not wishing this all, but I'm saying, like, in the worst case scenario, Jahmyr Gibbs goes down, now you are mega fucked. Because now you are going to be already leaking more points on the running back position. But if he goes down, you're going to, A, you're going to panic, but B, you're going to leak too many points in that position. Rashee Rice and CeeDee Lamb, absolutely fantastic for you. Great job on your part for drafting Rice and taking advantage of a desperate manager at the time. Won't lie, bad trade on my part, even though I made up for it. But bad trade. And you got CeeDee Lamb, who's amazing, and I love him, and I miss him every single day. But I'm just being honest with you, Nico Collins is not going to save you. No matter what his playoff schedule is, he's not going to save you whatsoever. So that's why I moved him down. Number 2, kind of just by default moved up. And unless he made a trade or something, like I said, Adam Schefter was reporting some rumors that this team was in the market to make a move. But other than that, I mean, look at this, quarterback 5 and 2 on the team, which is crazy. I don't know how you're keeping both of them. You got to get rid of one of them. Running back 8, running back 7. Tight end 4, tight end 11, and then running back 19, Derrick Henry finally starting to get it going, on top of having Brian Thomas and Marv on the bench. Seems in a great spot. I think well-rounded for sure. He almost has too many options. He has too many options at quarterback. He has to play that game every week, which sucks. That stressed me out. Matthew Golden is the only weak spot on this team, but he's more of a flex play. You got to look for Brian Thomas and Marv to be in this wide receiver 2 spot, but neither of them are really great needle movers either, right? No big needle movers there. You're waiting for Jettas to get going and have that big week that we all know he can have. But Josh Jacobs and James Cook, these are the guys that are leading this team right now, and it's working fantastic. Besides Mez, and that's who's number 1, obviously. So we're just going to go there. I mean, the running backs this year are carrying teams, right? Mez We all know the running back's carrying his team. Everyone else kind of has wide receivers carrying them. I'd say maybe Judson here with Genty and now Javonte Williams. Like, that's going to be the catalyst for his team. But everyone else, it's all on the wide receivers, except for the top two teams in Kent Chubchik and Brockzilla. Maybe that's saying something. Maybe that says that running backs are back. I think in the past few years, wide receivers have been the name of the game. I mean, I'll die on that hill because that's how I've made my 3 straight championships. But maybe running backs are the way to go now. I don't know. That's going to do it for me, guys, on the power rankings. And let's finish this week off with the Festus Fantasy Fact of the Week. Bring us home, Tony. See you guys in week 10. Good luck to everybody in week 9, except Mez. Go fuck yourself.
Alright, fellas. Another week. Another fun fact. This week is going to be most points and least points in a win. And then most points and least points in a loss. So starting off, obviously the fewest points in a loss is going to be the fewest points scored in league history, which goes to Ty, week 6 of this year. And then we have the most points in a win was also this year with Mez in week 7 with 180. Sorry, Tyler's was 53 2 weeks ago. But there is someone who scored more points than Mez, but it wasn't the regular season, it was the playoffs. But if you want to count the playoffs, Dom put up 187 points in round 2 of 2022. And then if you go to the most points in a loss, it's also our commissioner, Tyler. He scored 161 points in week 9 of 2022, and yet he still lost. That sucks, Tyler. I'm sorry. And then you could say this is the luckiest win. The fewest points in a win was Jay Gill with 75 in week 14 of 2022. With that being said, go Steelers, Ty. They pissed me off.